Welcome back to Lamel Family Field as the Brevard College Futures Program gearing up for a big home contest against the Palmetto Collegiate Bandits out of Lancaster, South Carolina, just south of Charlotte. Made the trip over here to the mountains in western North Carolina. Coin toss prior to the anthem, and Brevard will receive as the Bandits won the toss and decided to defer to the second half. The captains for the Tornadoes were Sebastian Lewis and Blake Peters, who incidentally both wear the uniform number 1. So, number 1 on offense, Blake Peters, the quarterback from West Jefferson, North Carolina. Number 1 on defense, Sebastian Lewis. So ready to get things started here. Bandits versus the Tornadoes. Brevard College varsity football, decisive victory, impressive performance on homecoming night. Big win over Greensboro College, and the Futures program looking to continue that momentum this afternoon. Another beautiful day here in the mountains of western North Carolina. Will be pretty warm before this one's over, and it does warm up on that turf. Currently 76 degrees. Very warm for this time of year. So getting things started here. Bandits will kick off first. And the kickoff taken by the Tornadoes, Banks Helms. And Helms makes his way all the way to the 33-yard line. So good start for the Tornadoes in terms of field position. Blake Peters takes the field to lead the Tornado offense. So Peters will get things started. 3 wide receivers to the left. Connor Riggins is in the backfield to the right of Peters. 1st and 10 from the 33. Quick hitter there to Q Alexander, and he turns upfield, and that's going to be a Tornado first down on the first play of the game from scrimmage. So that will move the chains. 1st and 10 from the 45.
First down, Tornado.
So 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. So good start for the Tornadoes. Q Alexander. And a whistle and a flag on the play. Pre-snap. It's going to be offsides on the Bandits' defense. So make it 1st and 5 from the 50. From the 50. Rush right up the middle. Another first down for the Tornadoes. Moving the ball well here. So another first down for the Tornadoes. Nicely done. Moving the ball down the field. Connor Riggins in the backfield. Behind Peters, sort of a pistol formation. Rush here, gain of 3 for Riggins. Connor Riggins, the freshman from Weeki Wachee, Florida. Right in the central part of the state. Some old school tourist attractions around Weeki Wachee. Kind of place where you can find them wrestling alligators and the like. 2nd and 7 from the 41. Quick hitter there from Peters. Finds an open receiver on the far sideline. Ricky Middleton with the catch. And that'll bring up 3rd down from the 39. 3rd and 5. First 3rd down situation for this NATO's offense under the direction of Blake Peters, the freshman quarterback from West Jefferson, North Carolina, Ashe County High School. Play action pass had the open wide receiver in the flat, but some pressure from the defense of the Bandits. Looked like number 6, Brian Plummer. The Bandits have a bunch of players who are playing both ways, so we'll have to be aware of that. So Bandits able to hold the Tornadoes on 3rd down, and here comes the punt for Brevard. And it's a beauty. Just an outstanding punt by Luke Anderson. Down inside the 5. Thing of beauty there from Luke Anderson, the freshman punter from Cumming, Georgia, West Forsyth High School. That was down inside the 2-yard line. Oh, my. So difficult field position on the first drive of the game for the Bandits. So we're going to do the best we can from a broadcast situation, do want to give the following disclosure. Looks like the numbers on the roster that we were provided from the Palmetto Collegiate Bandits do not match anything that we're seeing here on the field. But meanwhile, a deep shot, and that's going to be a 98-yard touchdown pass and catch for the Bandits. So talking about a quick strike. A 98-yard deep shot. And just like that, 6-0 Bandits. So the Bandits showing that big play ability. So again, we're going to have difficulty IDing any of these Bandit players. I apologize in advance, but we can only go by the information we're provided here in the press box. And number 10, we have listed as Will Torian, a linebacker. The starting quarterback who made that pass was also wearing number 10, so don't want to necessarily speculate the player name. So apologies in advance. We'll see if we can get that cleaned up a little bit at halftime. So Jeremiah Lane, who we saw in some return situations last night for the varsity team, is deep for the Tornadoes. Banks Helms alongside Jeremiah Lane. And the kick. It's Helms from the 5. There's a flag on the play. Helms continuing to try to evade a number of Bandit defenders on the return coverage. Multiple flags on the play. Also worth noting, we're playing 4 12-minute quarters. So that's going to be a penalty on Brevard, and we're going to march off the Tornadoes half the distance from where that return ended. So it's going to be 1st and 10, difficult field position for the Tornadoes. We saw what the Bandits did with some challenging field position, a 98-yard touchdown reception. So it'll be half the distance from the spot of the foul. So looks like 1st and 10 from the 6. Blake Peters at the quarterback position. Handoff to Will Wood, freshman Georgia native. Some new personnel checking in, including Shuford, also Malik Watkins. Short gain, 2nd and 9 from the 6. So 4 12-minute quarters. We've played about 4 minutes of this opening quarter. 7-0 Bandits. Peters drops back, and he's going to be taken down. First quarterback sack by either side. Number 11 made the tackle, and again, our apologies. There's no number 11 on the roster we've been given here, so we're going to have to just
New quarterback. He's a phantom guy. Number 8.
give you what we see here from press box here at Brevard College. New quarterback, Chaston Thompson, has entered the game at the quarterback position. Thompson, freshman from nearby Travelers Rest, South Carolina. Travelers Rest High School. Thompson, handoff. Watkins with the carry. But that's going to be a 3 and out for the Tornado offense. And Luke Anderson, who absolutely had a dandy of a punt on the other side of the field, now has a different scenario, having to punt out of his own end zone. We'll see if the Bandits bring some pressure here. Anderson able to get it away, fielded at the 48, and turning upfield, good-looking return by the Bandits. That's going to be good field position for the Bandits inside the 40. So with 6:40 to play here in the first quarter, 7-0 Bandits, there is a flag on the play. So this will be a 15-yard penalty against the Bandits, an illegal blindside block. And what was a impressive return is going to be nullified and marched off the other direction. Still going to be good field position for the Bandits. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 48. And the Bandits will start from there, who have a 7-0 lead on a one-play drive that went 98 yards, a 98-yard touchdown to open the Bandits' offensive attack. Quick hitter there to the Bandits' receiver and taken down by a host of Tornadoes. Sebastian Lewis, amongst others. Brown there as well. Also Jarvis Stevens. 2nd and 7. In plus territory now from the Bandits' perspective. From the 49-yard line. Keeper there by the quarterback, and he's able to make it all the way to the 31-yard line, an 18-yard rush, and a 1st down for the Bandits. So quarterback keeper. 5:35 and counting here in the first quarter. Brevard College Futures football. Big part of the program here at Brevard College, this Futures team. As rush there for 7 or 8 yards. It'll bring up a 2nd down. So it'll be 2nd and a long 2 from the 25. Another quarterback keeper takes on a Tornado defender head on. Helmet is lost in the process. Hickman lost his helmet. He'll have to go off the field for at least a play. So another 1st down for the Bandits on the play. Big time collision there on the near sideline. So fresh set of downs for the Bandits. Bandits in their purple pants, white uniforms, purple numerals. Tornadoes with that silver and blue look. Silver helmets, sort of like the Detroit Lions. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Underneath handoff and taken down. Nice tackle in the open field. Jacob Davis with the rush. Sean Robinson making the tackle. Sean Robinson, the freshman from Anderson, South Carolina. Heavy pressure there from the NATOs. And the Bandits able to make the play. Jacob Davis with the touchdown. There was heavy pressure coming from Moore all over the quarterback. Knocked him down, but somehow Bandits QB able to find Davis. And Bandits ahead 13-0. 3:32 to play here, opening quarter. Extra point is up and blocked by the Tornadoes and picked up by a NATO. And to the house on the blocked kick. So a touchdown for the Tornadoes on special teams. But it's coming back. Two-point conversion. So the Tornadoes on the board with the two-point conversion as going the distance there. We believe it was Carlos Rodriguez. So Tornadoes get on the board in unconventional fashion. All the way to the house, Carlos Rodriguez on the blocked extra point attempt in the resulting two-point conversion for the NATOs. And the NATOs will get the ball here on the kickoff. Helms and Jeremiah Lane deep. It'll be Lane. Lane able to find an opening. And a big-time return from Jeremiah Lane to the 44-yard line. Lane, the perfect example of one of those futures players who's earned his way onto the varsity squad. We saw him yesterday, part of the varsity team, and he's getting after it again today. There's a penalty on the play as well on the Bandits. That'll be an additional 5 yards. And it all adds up to the Tornadoes with good field position starting at their own 48 after a successful two-point conversion on the defensive side after a blocked extra point. So 1st and 10 from the 48. Peters back at the quarterback position for the NATOs. Quick hitter there. There's a flag on the play. Gain of 3. See what the flag's all about. Christian Robertson with the catch. It's going to be coming back, an illegal shift on the Tornado offense. So it'll be 1st and 15 for Brevard at the 43-yard line. On 1st and 15, a inside handoff. Gain of 3. Avery Hickman
on the carry
with the carry. Freshman running back out of Camden, South Carolina. Camden High School product. Strong running back core for this Tornadoes Futures program. So 2nd and 12. And a tackle for loss. As the play was to Griffin Hyde of the Tornadoes, but Bandits were all over it defensively. Under the 2-minute mark here in the first quarter. Bandits 13, Tornadoes 2. It'll be 3rd and 12 for Blake Peters and the NATO offense. 3 wide receivers to the near side. Peters drops back to pass, goes over the top, and well defended there. As pass was intended to Joshua Quinn, but well defended by that cornerback on the far side for the Bandits. Where's number 29? Again, our apologies. Not able to ID any of the Bandits players virtually due to the inaccurate roster we provided. It's a public service announcement. Invest in sports information professionals. Make sure you've got one of those on your staff to come up with accurate information. As a flag there, it's going to be likely a roughing the kicker call. There's also a Bandit injured in the process, as Anderson somehow got that kick off despite getting mauled in the process. Luke Anderson. Special teams have been strong for the Tornadoes. We've seen a blocked extra point that went all the way back for a 2-point conversion. We've seen Anderson with a couple of beautiful punts. We've seen a solid kickoff return by Jeremiah Lane. A strong special teams play for the NATOs. Two fouls, both on the Bandits. So it's the 5-yard variety of the running in the kicker, not the roughing of the kicker. Also a offsides call. So after all that, the Tornadoes are going to punt again. So had it been roughing the kicker, would have been an automatic first down for the Tornadoes. It looked like there's quite a bit of contact there from our vantage point. Bandits may have caught a break, but Anderson will set things up to do it again. He had a punt in this vicinity earlier that was down at the 2-yard line. See if he can do it again. This punt will be downed inside the 20. At about the 17, 18-yard line. So Bandits will go back to work. 1:16 to play here in the first quarter. Bandits 13, Tornadoes 2. So Tornadoes defense goes back to work. Players like Jalen Dawkins and Tyrone Yarborough along that defensive front. Also, Deshaun Haddon. 1st and 10 for the Bandits from the 18. Another deep shot by the Bandits and unable to connect. Stevens was there on the coverage. Pass intended to Armand Scott, we believe. Second and 10 from the 18. Bandits not afraid to attempt that deep shot, but Tornadoes all over this inside rush. Haddon, first man there for the Tornadoes defense. Sean Haddon, freshman linebacker from Bethune, South Carolina. And that'll bring up a 3rd and long situation inside a minute to play here in the first quarter. Deep shot again for the Bandits and just overthrown. That would have been trouble had that connected. Carlos Rodriguez there on the coverage. Rodriguez had that scoop and score on a blocked extra point attempt for the 2 points for the Tornadoes on the board. So I'll bring up a 4th down and punting situation for the Bandits. Banks Helms, the punt returner for the Nados. Helms, the freshman from Kershaw, South Carolina, Andrew Jackson High School. Flag on the play. It's a delay of game cause. The play clock ran out on the Bandits' punting unit. That'll back the Bandits up 5 yards. The Palmetto Collegiate Bandits out of Lancaster, South Carolina. Sort of in that Rock Hill, South Carolina area, just south of Charlotte. High boot here, fair catch by Helms. And the Tornadoes offense will take over from there. 23 seconds left, quarter number 1. 13-2 Bandits. Blake Peters going back to work with the Tornado offense. As we see a quick little pitch to McDaniel, Zion McDaniel, freshman from nearby Hendersonville, North Carolina, North Henderson High School. And that will be the last play of the first quarter. Well, an exciting first quarter. We saw a big play from the Bandits, a 98-yard touchdown. We saw a blocked point after touchdown, scoop and score for the Tornadoes. It all adds up to a 13-2 advantage for the Bandits after 1. Stick around, second quarter action coming up next.
Every cheer, for every play, we know there's a little prayer that no one gets hurt. That's why we are there too. Party athletic trainers, physicians, and specialists. We're watching closely for any sign that someone needs care. And if your child is hurt, they're seen right away by the region's top specialists. The Party Sports Medicine team is at every game, match, race, practice, and workout, providing medical attention and guidance. For us, winning is all about playing healthy and smart so you can perform at your best.
Back here at Islamel Family Field, Tornadoes offense going back to work here in the second quarter. Second down and 8. From the 50. Pass from Peters, able to find an open wide receiver, quickly brought down. Fisher Rabin out of Avra, Georgia, Thomas Jefferson Academy. That'll bring up third down and 5 from the 48 of the Bandits. Quick little shuffle pass there to Sharif Pennington, and Pennington continuing to push forward the entire pile, another 6-7 yards. Sharif Pennington, ladies and gentlemen. Pennington, the freshman running back out of Snellville, Georgia. And it's going to be a personal foul on the Bandits as well, so add even more yardage to that play. Big time yards after catch there on the short shuffle pass by Sharif Pennington. So it'll be 1st and 10 inside the red zone for the Tornadoes offense. A false start on the Tornadoes. So after they benefit from a Bandits penalty, now a penalty against the Nados. That'll back up Brevard 5 yards. So it'll be 1st and 15. From the 19-yard line. Rush there and finding pay dirt. Zion McDaniel. A 19-yard rushing touchdown. Some big-time plays by the Tornadoes running back core. Pennington on the big gainer on the shuffle pass, and then the touchdown from McDaniel from 19 yards out. Tornado rushing attack, getting it done. Big credit to those offensive linemen. Ashton Fisher, that left tackle position. DJ Carr on the left guard. Center Emmanuel Cardoza out of Miami, Florida, the 305. Tornadoes will go for 2 here to potentially cut the deficit to 3 points. Peters had an open wide receiver, well covered, pass breakup, and the 2-point conversion attempt is no good. So 13-8 your score, 10:31 to play, second quarter. So kickoff for the NATOs. Bit of a squib kick. And returnable for the Bandits. But the NATOs kickoff coverage there.
45 with the tackle, 45 with the tackle.
Return by the Bandits, tackle by number 45,
Brandon Ridley Jr., linebacker out of Monticello, Georgia. Appreciate Brandon. He was helping us in the press box here on the stats crew last night for the varsity win over Greensboro. So some good mojo there. $10:23 to play. Bandits 13, Tornadoes 8. Deep shot there. We've seen several of those. Then a collision with one of the officials. It's Officials Appreciation Week, and some nice appreciation there is quickly helping up your official after inadvertently getting tied up a little bit there on that sideline. Nice feel-good moment. A couple smiles and chuckles along the way. So 2nd and 10 from the 22. Bandits not afraid to go over the top with this deep shot. We've got a stray football on the turf. Now we've got that under control. Pass there, complete to Scott, and across midfield. Eventually brought down by Seth Murray. Well, the Bandits have some big play potential. Big offensive line as well. You look at their offensive line, we're seeing dimensions as follows: 6'4", 340, 6'5", 315, 6'5", 350. Pass there, jump ball situation, and then some extracurricular after the play. And flags fly as tempers flare. I believe it was Noah Taylor listed as number 2, the wide receiver for the Bandits. And Jalen Bowles, the defensive back on the play. And it's going to be unsportsmanlike on both teams, and much to the dismay of the crowd here at Eyes Lamel Family Field. So, penalties offset. And it'll be 2nd and 10.
I mean, I get it. There's probably talking involved.
Rush here, and Tornadoes defense is on the case. Big time stop there, no gain.
tackle by the host of Tornado.
Jaden Foster Peak leading a host of Tornadoes on that tackle. Jalen Dawkins, who was someone we saw called up to the varsity as well. I was talking to head football coach Bill Kyatt about Dawkins, and he's like, I know him as Daryl Dawkins, a throwback basketball player. He didn't even know who I was talking about when I said Jalen. Nicknamed Daryl Dawkins, the all-time great Philadelphia 76ers. And meanwhile, rush here by the Bandits quarterback.
Quarterback
impressive scramble there. Big time rush there. We've seen some athleticism from the Bandits quarterback. Whistles and a timeout for the Bandits with 7:45 to play in the second quarter. Bandits 13, Tornadoes 8. So coming out of the timeout, it'll be 1st and 10. Actually, we'll call it 1st and goal from just inside the 10 for the Bandits. Quick hitter to Hall. Hall able to beat one defender, but then he's taken down by Samuel Grimes, citing freshman for the NATO program. Grimes, the freshman linebacker from McRae, Georgia. 5 yards on the gain. It'll be 1st and goal from the 5. Under 7 minutes to play in this opening half. 13-8 Bandits. And a quarterback keeper there, and once again, all over it, Jaden Foster Peak out of Spartanburg. Spartanburg High School product. In fact, both Foster Peak and Dawkins both came from that same high school, Spartanburg High School. And
brings up 3rd and goal for the Bandits. Let's hear it for the 3rd down defense.
Two big interior defensive linemen for the NATOs. 3rd and goal. Stood up right at the goal line. A battle of wills there between the two lines. And that'll bring up 4th and goal. From the 2.
Brings up 4th and goal.
So we'll actually call it the 1 yard line. So Bandits, with just 6 on the play clock, are going to have to hurry here. Just get the snap off. And quarterback's going to take it on himself. A flag flies, but the Tornadoes able to make the stop regardless. Right at the goal line now. One referee signaled a touchdown, but there were flags flying. He was clearly brought down before the goal line. Might have been an illegal forward pass. Also saw sort of a clipping block there. So an illegal blindside block. Now, still sorting this out because one of the officials did call it a touchdown.
Come on, Dice. Come on, Dice. Get him. Get him.
So field goal attempt here, 4th and long, and the Bandits will score.
Field goal attempt is up and good.
So bit of confusion there as one of the officials had called it a touchdown. Now another penalty, this one on Brevard after the field goal attempt. It was roughing the kicker. And so this may be an automatic first down. They might take the penalty and take those points off the board from the field goals. It's going to be first down for the Bandits. So wild change of events here. So score remains the same. Field goal doesn't count, as they'll accept the penalty of roughing the kicker. That'll be an automatic first down. There was confusion earlier as one of the officials had signaled touchdown. The player was brought down at the 2 or 3 yard line. There was an illegal block in the back. That backed him up for the field goal attempt, but now a roughing the kicker penalty. We were mentioning the Tornado special teams had such a good day so far, but this is a big mistake here that's going to give the Bandits a fresh set of downs inside the 10. Tornadoes faithful getting a little anxious in the meantime. So first and goal from the 9. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Hall.
Incomplete brings up second down.
Good coverage there from Sean Robinson. So it'll be second and goal. So Tornadoes defense thought they had the stop. Second and 9.
Rush attempt. Stopped by the Tornadoes. Brings up third down.
That'll bring up third and goal.
The problem is that official over here signaled touchdown because he wanted forward, so I guess they're saying he wasn't down when he threw it.
If he was in
So the call on the field had to be a touchdown.
Play here and taken down at the 2. It's going to bring up another fourth down and short here near the goal line. Feels like Groundhog Day here at Islamel Family Field. 4th and goal.
Fans, let's hear it. It's 4th down.
4th and goal. Pass rush from the Tornadoes, and they're going to make the sack. That's a big-time play by the Tornadoes. So Cameron Eubanks leading the charge.
That's a 4th down sack for the Tornado defense.
Cameron Eubanks. All 300 pounds of him able to take down the quarterback of the Bandits. And so after all that confusion, all those circumstances, Tornadoes end up getting the stop. Turnover on downs, a big win for the Tornado defense. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Brevard. And Blake Peters. Tornadoes trailing by 5 here. Sharif Pennington with a nice gainer there of about a dozen yards. Then some extracurricular after the play. Both teams need to keep their cool here. Sharif Pennington, we saw him on an impressive reception on a shuffle pass where he and a couple of members of that offensive line were able to push a pile forward about 7 additional yards, and then a nice 12-yard gain there by Pennington. Under 3 minutes to play. And a timeout for Brevard College with 2:53 on the clock before halftime. Bandits 13, Tornadoes 8. Back here at Islamel Family Field. Fresh set of downs for the Tornadoes coming out of the timeout. Pennington, the tailback. Rush to Pennington. Pennington. Able to shake off a defender. Now, the Tornadoes sideline, as well as the fans here, thought there might have been a face mask. Pennington's a little shook up on the play.
Brings up 2nd and short.
Connor Riggins checks back into that tailback position. Pennington being attended to by the head athletic trainer, Michael Cabry. Play action pass. Peters was looking well downfield. Then the ball comes loose. And it'll be a strip sack and a turnover for the NATO's offense. So a tough series there as the Bandits take over with just 2 minutes to play here in this second quarter. Well, appreciate you spending your Sunday with us. In case you're wondering, some NFL scores for you. Packers 24, Cardinals 10 in the third quarter. Titans with a 17-10 lead over the Colts also in the third. 11:20 to play in the third quarter in New England. Texans 21, Patriots 7. In New Orleans, they're at the half. The Saints leading the Buccaneers in a high-scoring affair, 27-24. Browns at the Eagles. That's a 10-10 deadlock, 4:29 to play in the third quarter. And the Ravens lead the Commanders 20-13 with 8 minutes to play in the third period. Later this afternoon, Chargers, Broncos, Steelers, Raiders, Lions, Cowboys, and Falcons, Panthers. Bengals and Giants is the Sunday night football game. 1st and 10 from the 25. Pass here to the flat, incomplete. Well defended there by Sean Robinson. We've been calling Robinson's name a bunch over that cornerback position. So 2nd and 10 from the 25. Tornadoes defense being tasked again after they are able to get a turnover on downs. They had to very quickly make their way back on the field. A flag on the play. It's going to be a false start on the Bandits, backing them up 5 yards. Warm day, unseasonably warm weather here in Brevard, North Carolina. Currently 77 degrees. And on a sunny day like this, you probably add 10 to 15 degrees on the turf in terms of the actual playing conditions for these student athletes. So by that arithmetic, we're probably looking at about 90 degrees on the turf. Pass here, and using his tippy toes is Hall. Nice job to get out of bounds, stop the clock. Very little time expired on that last play. This will be 3rd down. Big opportunity here for the NATO defense. 3rd and 5 from the 20. 15-yard line is the yard to gain. Quick hitter there, in and out of the hands of Scott. So a drop there is going to cost the Bandits. We'll see what they do here on 4th down. Looks like they're going to send the field goal unit out. From 37 yards. And a flag and a delay of game, that's going to cost them 5 more yards. So a 37-yard field goal attempt just became 42. So certainly not making things any easier on the kicker. She will officially call it a 41-yard field goal attempt. Kick is up. And good. So Bandits extend their lead to 16-8 with 1:37 to play here in the second quarter. Back to action here at the Eyes Lamel Family Field on the campus of Brevard College. 1:37 to play. Bandits lead 16-8 after the 42-yard field goal. And a good-looking return once again. Seen some nice kickoff returns from the NATOs. Banks Helms.
Oh, you wanted to throw the flag. You wanted to throw the flag.
And some pushing and shoving afterwards. Looks like everything's sorted out.
We're going to grab it and hold on to it. We're not going to throw it. If you wanted to, I'll say it.
Thompson back into the game for the Tornadoes as the signal caller. Q Alexander has checked back in. Connor Riggins in the backfield for the Tornadoes. Looks like we got it all sorted out. 1st and 10 from the 35. Deep shot for the NATOs, intended for Fisher Rabin. Thompson looking for the home run ball. Cade Foster is checked in. Also Christian Robertson. Second and 10 from the 35. 83 seconds left to play here in the first half. Rush there by Riggins. Connor Riggins. Here running back, and you hear the last name Riggins, can't help but think about John Riggins, legendary running back for the Washington Redskins back in the day. Teammate of Brevard College assistant coach Kurt Gavea on those Super Bowl teams. Pass there, just missing. Another deep shot, that one to Griffin Hyde. So Tornadoes looking to throw the ball down the field.
Oh, he just snatched his towel. Ford just snatched his towel. Get his towel back.
And that'll bring on the punting unit. So Tornadoes are going to have to punt the ball back to the Bandits. As Anderson able to place that punt inside the 30. So the Bandits will have another opportunity to maybe tack on some more points here. We saw the leg of their field goal kicker, so perhaps the goal is in these final 37 seconds just get back into field goal range. The Bandits will also have the ball to start the second half. First and 10 from the 27. Nice run after the catch. By a Bandits halfback, kind of a scat back type. Where's number 20? Again, our apologies. Don't have much information on the Bandits. A fresh set of downs for the Bandits and a timeout for the Bandits. 16-8 your score. Bandits on top. Final moments of the second quarter. Pass complete to Taylor. And a flag on the play. This might be an additional penalty against the NATOs. Flag came after the play. So they wave off the flag. So it'll be 1st and 10. 12 seconds to play.
Obadiah Grimes, Robert Dorsey Jr., and going to be Seth Robinson. What a group.
Inside handoff here. As clock continues to run down, clock is stopped with 1.5 seconds. There's an injured Tornado on the field. Timeout by the Bandits. Now the rusher for the Bandits almost stayed on his feet just long enough for time to expire. We saw that in the Ohio State-Oregon game last night with the Ohio State quarterback on a running play, not getting down quickly enough, but Bandits able to get it done here with 2 seconds left on the clock.
But you're going to slide with like 1 second left. Not enough time for your coach to even call it out. To even get the extra second.
So field goal unit back on after a successful 41-yard field goal. This one much more manageable. It'll be a 27-yard attempt. Kick is up. And good. So the Bandits take a 19-8 lead into the halftime locker rooms. Stick with us while the second half coming up after this. Your score at the half, Bandits 19, Tornadoes 8. Welcome back to Lamel Family Field. Just moments away from the start of the second half between the Bandits and the Tornadoes. A 19-8 advantage for the Bandits. We're playing 4 12-minute quarters. That was agreed upon by the two coaching staffs prior to the game. I'd imagine player safety at the premium. Some hot temperatures, unseasonably hot here. Upper 80s. On the turf, 77 degrees here in Brevard, North Carolina. But a different circumstance when you're on that Lamel Family Field turf. Kickoff here to the Bandits. They deferred to get the ball here in the second half. A flag on the play after a decent return by the Bandits. See what the flag's all about. It's a holding call on the Bandits. So that'll back them up 10 yards, and that's where Undre Lindsay will start things off for the Bandits. We were able to get a correct ID on the quarterback. Lindsay had a 98-yard touchdown pass to open the scoring in this one. And going over the top again, a jump ball situation. Taylor there on the receiving end, and some jawing back and forth between Taylor and Sean Robinson. Sean Robinson has played well at that cornerback position. Been assigned to some of these talented wide receivers for the Bandits. So 2nd and 10 after another home run ball from Lindsay. Falls incomplete. Lindsay under pressure, flag flies, and some hard running from the quarterback, Lindsay, eventually taken down by Aiden Evett out of Greenville, South Carolina. So holding penalty. So holding on number 75, Henry, for the Bandits. So that'll back up the Bandits. 2nd and 20. New quarterback for the Bandits. And nice tackle in the open field after a short pass there to A.J. Williams. Tackle by Moore.
Tackle made in the open field by number 48, Zacchaeus Moore. Brings up 3rd and
Zacchaeus
long.
Moore out of Timberlake, North Carolina.
Defense.
And that'll bring up a 3rd down and long for the Bandits. So 3rd down, and a long ways to go for the Bandits offense. Another flag, delay a game. This is going to back them up even farther. The yard to go is the 33-yard line. And ball's going to be spotted here all the way back at the 10. So it's 3rd in Hendersonville for the Bandits. And quarterback sack, Tornado defense all over it. Cameron Eubanks amongst a couple other Tornadoes there with the quarterback sack.
Cameron Eubanks along with the host of Tornadoes on the quarterback sack.
Eubanks, big impact in his young collegiate career. And just like that, Tornadoes get a nice 3 and out.
I'm on the fish slide. You'd have to ask him.
So a punt. And Jeremiah Lane back deep for the Tornadoes. He's going to let it bounce. And it'll be downed at the 45-yard line in plus territory for the Nados. So good starting field position for Brevard College. Thompson will be the quarterback of record here as we start the second half for the Tornadoes offense. James Brown in the backfield. Joshua Smalls, the wide receiver, split out to the right. Joshua Quinn split out to the left. So a pair of Joshuas. Rush here. And stood up right at the line of scrimmage. As James Brown with the carry. James Brown with that last rush, the freshman from Pensacola, Florida. 2nd and 10. Thompson able to find Davis. Just smothered by that Bandit defense on that short pass to the flat. Big tackle for loss on a passing play. So it'll be 3rd and 15 from the 50. Fisher Rabin split to the near sideline. Thompson looking for Rabin. And broken up at the last minute. Gavin Clark with the coverage. And one of the top performers of that first half, Luke Anderson, back out to punt for the Nados. He had an absolutely gorgeous punt that was down at the 2-yard line back in that first quarter. See if he can do it again from here at the 50. Punt from Anderson. Bounces inside the 10. And another thing of beauty by Anderson down at the 1-yard line. 49-yard punt. Down at the 1. Luke Anderson, oh my. Luke Anderson, freshman punter out of Cumming, Georgia. And making a statement here. lot of competition between the futures, the varsity team, that depth chart, and Anderson getting some folks' attention here at Islamel Family Field. 2 punts within the 2-yard line today. Now 1st and 10 from the 1. Quick hitter there. Have a dangerous play call. Pass complete to Scott. Short gain, but able to give the Bandits some breathing room down there near the goal line. Gain of, we'll call it 4. So 2nd and 6. Seven minutes and counting here in the 3rd quarter. An 11-point spread between these two teams. Rush here from Lindsey, who's back into the game at quarterback. And he's going to earn the 1st down. Now he's down injured. And there'll be an injury timeout here with 6:30 to play in the 3rd quarter. So the injured player was the quarterback, Lindsey. He's taken off the field to a nice applause. And seeing another quarterback into the contest. We've seen 3 different quarterbacks this afternoon for the Bandits. Pass there to Hall. Bunch of tornadoes in on the tackle. We're guessing it may be Brian Plummer at quarterback. He's listed as a wide receiver, but that's who we have as number 6. So There's a NFL quarterback, Jake Plummer, once upon a time. 5:30 to play here in the third period. We believe Plummer back to pass. Pass there in and out of the hands of Taylor.
Brings up third down.
Jake Plummer, the Arizona State product, and Arizona State, this program just suddenly on fire. I don't know if anybody caught that late Friday night, a win over Utah. And a lot of energy around the Arizona State program.
Third down.
They were picked to finish last in the Big 12, and they're on the top of those standings. So 3rd and 9 from the 18. Pass into the flat, able to find a open receiver. It's going to be enough for a first down.
Number 9 on the stop.
Eventually taken down by Zacchaeus Moore. And a fresh set of downs for the Bandits. So 1st and 10 from the 30. Running play here to the right side.
Rush number 7, Jacob Davis.
Gain of 3. Brought down by Roderick Frazier Jr.
24, Roger Frazier Jr. Brings up second and 7.
Futures program under the direction of Futures head coach Zach Dysert. As some tough running there after the catch by the Bandit receiver Taylor. Then he's eventually brought down. Third and short, pressure, flag is down, pass incomplete, but we'll see what the flag's all about. So we mentioned Zach Dysert, the leader of this Futures program. He's the senior offensive analyst and assistant quarterbacks coach. So penalties declined after the stop by the Tornado defense. You also see assistant coaches on the sideline, such as Brandon Unanks, Toby Naylor. Both Naylor and Unanks, Tornadoes alums, along with Miles Hayes, another Brevard College alum, and Brandon Crawford as well. So on this homecoming weekend, a real alumni presence on the coaching staff. Up in the box, meanwhile, Coach Matt Helton. Also, Case Cookus, who's the pass game coordinator and quarterback coach for the varsity team. Also, Several other coaches contributing to this Futures program. Really appreciate all the hard work from the coaching staff. DJ Taylor down there on the sidelines in the middle of things. 1st and 10. Pass complete to Ricky Middleton. Ricky Middleton out of Hollywood, South Carolina. So there's a Hollywood, California, a Hollywood, Florida, and, wouldn't you know it, a Hollywood, South Carolina. Hooray for Hollywood. 2:45 to play here, third period. 19-8 your score. Kind of a sleepy third quarter after all sorts of fireworks in that first half. Rush there, and a tackle for loss. Cole Jones on the carry. But that's going to be big-time tackle for loss for that Bandit defense. Bring up a 2nd and 16 for Thompson and the Tornado offense. Thompson rolls out to his left, drops the football, and then lands on it, and another big loss. This one just enormous after that fumble. So the ball is spotted at the 35. It's 3rd and 30. And since we're going from right to left, we'll call it 3rd and Knoxville. A draw play trying to catch the Bandits off guard. Eddie Pino taken down, not even able to make it to the original line of scrimmage when it's 3rd and 30. Big task. And that'll bring up 4th down, and we'll get to see Anderson again showcase his stuff. Eddie Pino, by the way, freshman out of Anderson, South Carolina. Down there in that upstate area. Tough snap to deal with, but Anderson able to recover nicely. And that'll be spotted inside the 20. So another nice punt for Anderson on some difficult circumstances. So we've seen him handle some adversity as well. There was a play earlier where he was ran into that he was still able to get the punt off. Thoroughly impressed by the punter, Anderson. So final seconds here of the third period. And the Bandits will go back on offense. Big win for the Tornadoes last night over Greensboro, 42-9. Ethan Beamish, 310 yards, 4 touchdowns. Incomplete, some heavy pressure for the NATO's defensive line, making things uncomfortable on that passing attack. Samuel Grimes with the pressure. So Beamish with the big 4-touchdown game yesterday. Jaden Deaton with 109 yards on 10 carries. He busted a 70-yard touchdown run that was just electric. Also Zachary Orr with another big day, and he became Brevard College's all-time career receiving yards leader, surpassing a legendary name in the record books, Bubba Craven. Pass there. Complete. And just past the markers, and that'll be the final play of the third period. So we'll head to quarter number 4. Your score, Bandits 19, Tornadoes 8. Back here at Eyes Lamel Family Field, start of quarter number 4. 1st and 10 for the Bandits. Pass there, complete. And it'll be a first down for the Bandits. Complete to Noah Taylor. We've called his name a bunch. And Samuel Grimes, again, making an impact. No relation to Obadiah Grimes. Key part of that Tornado defense. Had a big game last night versus Greensboro. Hey, congratulations as well to the Brevard College men's soccer team. Big 1-0 win yesterday over William Peace. And the Brevard College women's soccer team in action earlier today. A 3-1 win over the Fighting Squirrels of Mary Baldwin University. Pass here and intercepted. And the Tornadoes, Dre Burton, the wide receiver who was intended to, was all over Burton's, pulling down his uniform. No flag for offensive pass interference, but interception nonetheless. Dre Burton. From Bethlehem, Georgia. Appalachia High School, and big time interception there. First and 10 from the 9. Tornadoes take over from there. Walker Kimbrell in the game at quarterback. First pass from Kimbrell, incomplete. Walker Kimbrell. We had the privilege of having Walker Kimbrell up here in the press box with us last night in the broadcast spotter position. Legal motion, the call, so that's going to back up the Tornadoes. Kimbrell, a Alabama native, 6'5", and part of this deep quarterback room that Brevard College has, beginning with Ethan Beamish, who's been racking up all sorts of individual honors this season. Tornadoes off to a 3-0 start in USA South Conference play. Kimbrell will go back to work here. Handoff to Pino. That'll bring up second down as Kimbrell gets the play call from the sidelines. All sorts of new personnel checking in. So 2nd and 14. And a timeout. Actually, prior to the flag, so we thought momentarily it might have been a delay of game penalty, but prior to the flag, a timeout for the Tornadoes. Well, we've been talking about the varsity team, the big win over Greensboro last night, 3-0 in USA South Conference play. NC Football News, you can follow them at NC Football News on Twitter or X. They've been keeping an eye on the state of North Carolina as a whole across all of college football, all levels. So from D1 to FCS to Division II, Division III, even JUCOs. Well, the Tornadoes, in terms of win percentage, are the 5th best team at the moment in the state of North Carolina, according to information from NC Football News. Of course, this doesn't exactly translate to, you can't expect, a D3 school to knock off D1s and that kind of thing. But if you're purely looking for who's had the best season, wins or losses, the Tornadoes are behind the following schools. Johnson C. Smith, 6-0. Duke is 5-1. Lenore-Rhine, 5-1. And then Wingate is 4-1. Brevard 3-1 overall, 3-0 in the USA South Conference. And then there's a bunch of schools with 2 losses, 3 losses, 4 losses, all the way down to, schools who are basically still trying to pick themselves off the mat. But it's really interesting to look at this from NC Football News, and be sure to give them a follow. They're doing a great job kind of breaking down what's going on across the state. Only the one undefeated team left. And just an interesting way to sort of look at things. But great job, great start to the Brevard College varsity season. Another flag. And this is going to back up the Tornadoes even further. You're splitting hairs now half the distance to the goal. Have to bring out a microscope to figure out where to place the football. Meanwhile, it looks like a safety, but there's a flag on the play as Kimbrell was sacked in the end zone. We'll see what the flag's about. It's going to be offsides on the defense. So big break there for the Tornadoes. What seemingly was a safety. An automatic first down after that penalty on the Bandits. That's those kind of penalties that just will drive a coaching staff crazy. Thought you got the safety. End up with a fresh set of downs for the Tornadoes. So Kimbrell and the Tornado offense will go back to work here. 1st and 10 from the 10. A little more breathing room now that you're not near the goal line. And then more whistles, more laundry. And actually another timeout. I believe the play clock may have been running down once again. And bottom line, timeout is burned. 10:05 to play here in the fourth quarter. Out of the timeout, Kimbrell going over the top, able to make the pass and the completion. Jeremiah Lane, beautiful pass from Kimbrell coming out of the timeout. Finding Jeremiah Lane, 25 yards on the play, fresh set of downs, and much to the delight of the crowd here at Lamel Family Field. Tornado's still very much in this game. It's just an 11-point ball game. Kimbrell back to pass. And that's picked off. And that is going to be a pick 6 for the Bandits.
Interception returned for a touchdown.
So the Bandits make the Tornadoes pay with a pick 6. But there's another flag. It came after the touchdown, apparently, the pick 6. Unsportsmanlike conduct call on the Bandits after the touchdown. So touchdown counts. It's now 25-8 with an extra point attempt coming. Extra point coming here. And that'll make it 26-8 after the extra point. So the Bandits able to capitalize on the pick 6. So 26-8. Bandits stretch their lead even further. Still plenty of time to work with here for the Tornadoes. Need to generate some offense. Want to get back into this contest. Appreciate you spending time with us here on this YouTube channel. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel so you receive all the notifications. And the way you do that, you hit that little bell. Make sure you receive all the notifications when the Tornadoes go live. We bring you all the home athletic events right here on this YouTube channel. Well, a couple finals across the NFL. Packers 34, Cardinals 13. That's a final. Colts defeated the Titans 20-17. We'll tell you a few more scores after this kickoff. As ball out of bounds, so the flag flies. And
We coached that.
Brody specifically told me to do that.
so Tornadoes will take over after the kick out of bounds. So Tornadoes able to benefit. So that's a big penalty, as Tornadoes will start at the 50-yard line. Cayman Edgar, new quarterback for the Tornadoes, out of Augusta, Georgia, Glen Hills High School. So our fourth quarterback of the game for the Nados. And pre-snap penalty, delay of game penalty. So these penalties become a bit of an epidemic here early in this fourth quarter. Back to the NFL, Texans defeated the Patriots 41-21. The Ravens defeated the Commanders 30-23. And earlier today, this morning, in fact, in London, Bears 35, Jaguars 16. So it's 1st and 15 for Edgar and the Tornado offense. Edgar, the lefty, with the throw over the top. Beautiful catch. Joshua Quinn. A gorgeous play. 30-yard pass and catch. Just right in the breadbasket by Edgar. Beautiful toss, and Quinn able to bring it down. And more flags. And that's going to back the Tornadoes up again, so they'll face another 1st and 15 after a false start penalty. Penalties just maddening. So 1st and 15. From the 30. Edgar. Over the top again. Incomplete. Intended for Quez Davis. Where's number 13? Out of McRae, Georgia. 2nd and 15. Edgar with the handoff to Hirsch. And Hirsch makes something out of nothing. And that'll bring up a 3rd down situation. Nice gain there from Hirsch. Hirsch, part of that running back core out of Leesburg, Alabama. Third down for the NATOs. Run play up the middle. It's going to be spotted at the 20. Robs with the carry. So yet another running back for Brevard. He's out of Belton, South Carolina. Wears number 38. And 4th down, certainly 4th down territory. You're down by 18 points. Got to hustle now after Edgar came to the sidelines to get the play call. 5 on the play clock. And just gets it off in time. Edgar now flushed out to the left. And on 4th down, incomplete, and it'll be a turnover on downs. But there's a flag down way on that far sideline where the receiver and the DB were. Well, see what this is about. Here in this 4th quarter, it seems like we can't string more than 2 or 3 plays together without a flag. So it's an unsportsmanlike penalty on the Bandits. We've seen a lion's share of those calls against the Bandits today. It was after the play, so the Bandits will take over on downs, and then we'll back it up 15 yards from there. 6:41 to play here in this 4th quarter. So 1st and 10 from the 10. Another flag, pre-snap penalty. An illegal substitution on the Bandits. First and 15 after the penalty on the Bandits. And a lateral there. Looked like it may have been a forward pass. A lot of confusion on the Bandits' side of the ball at the moment. So legal forward pass is the call, as the Bandits had 2 forward passes on the same play. You can't do that. So 2nd and long now. Handoff. Able to break a tackle there and make his way to about the 8-yard line. That'll get the clock ticking again for the Bandits' perspective. Michael Sneed with the tackle for the NATOs. Sneed out of 10 Mile, Tennessee. .540 and counting here in this 4th period on a sunny, warm October Sunday here in the mountains of western North Carolina. Another whistle and timeout just before the play clock ran out. So we'll take a timeout with them. Your score, Bandits 26, Tornadoes 8. So 3rd down here for the Bandits coming out of the timeout. All sorts of time to operate. Able to find the open wide receiver. That's Hall. And that'll be a 1st down for the Bandits. The Palmetto Collegiate Bandits out of Lancaster, South Carolina. Appreciate them making the trip up here to Brevard for this Futures football game. .445 and counting. Completion there, and Tornadoes stack up the wide receiver for the Bandits. Caught by number 17. We have him listed as a quarterback, Mateo Rodriguez. Our guess is it's not Rodriguez. .410 and counting. And nice rush there. Eubanks with the tackle. So 3rd and 3 for the Bandits. Tornadoes defense has fought hard against a talented offensive side. And some nifty running after the catch. There is a flag on the play. May have just been a piece of equipment from one of the Bandits. New set of downs for the Bandits as under 2.5 minutes.
Bandits rush. Brought down by number 97, Devon Stokes.
Stokes. Nicely done. Stokes out of Zephyr Hills, Florida. Wiregrass High School in the central part of the state. And that'll bring us to the 2-minute timeout. New rule here in college football this season. Don't call it a 2-minute warning. That's property of the NFL. The 2-minute timeout has arrived. 26-8. Bandits on top. Back here at Islamel Family Field, coming out of the 2-minute timeout. Appreciate you joining us here on this YouTube channel. Deep shot, incomplete. So, kind of sort of question the Bandits' play calling here with sizable 18-point lead and under 2 minutes to play, and you're throwing home run balls. Another final from the NFL, Buccaneers 51, Saints 27. And the 4 o'clock game's underway. Chargers with an early 10-0 lead over the Broncos. Raiders 7, Steelers 3 in the first quarter. Cowboys and Lions underway, as well as the Falcons and Panthers. Bengals and Giants later tonight. A delay of game call on the Bandits. So this will back them up further. 3rd and long. So if Tornadoes get a stop here, could get the ball back here within the final 2 minutes. And incomplete, the pass intended to Taylor. As Taylor was out of bounds, and that'll bring up 4th down. You would assume the punting unit would come out. But it looks like the offense is staying on the field in a 4th and 16 situation with an 18-point lead and 1:47 left. And the Bandits are throwing the ball still. And incomplete, so turnover on downs. So the Tornadoes will take over on downs. And we'll be in plus territory for this final Minute 38. First and 10 for the 38. Cayman Edgar at the quarterback position. Flags on the play. As Boggs had the carry. Chaz Boggs. So personal foul, face mask on the Bandits. So that's going to be 15 yards tagged on. Well, big thank you to all those that helped behind the scenes for this afternoon's broadcast. Our producer, Izzy Musser. Sports Information Director, Joseph Marvin. Broadcast spotter, Brady Lindsay. Wanya Martin handling the camera work. And KJ Henderson on the ones and twos. DJ KJ. Another rush there by Boggs. Brody Lindsay, great work as the broadcast spotter. Appreciate his work. Appreciate seeing him in action against Greensboro. We're in the seat that was kept warm last year during the JV football season by none other than Brady Penn. Best of luck to Brady Penn in his endeavors, currently on part of the Georgia Tech football video staff. Georgia Tech with a win yesterday against North Carolina. But big thanks again, Brody Lindsay, Wanya Martin, KJ Henderson, Izzy Musser, Joseph Marvin. Cast of thousands here at Brevard College. Tornadoes trying to get in the end zone here. And just missing there. Edgar trying to make a connection on that far side. Christian Roberson, the intended receiver. Checking in some new Tornado personnel. Holden Trimnell, also Cade Foster. Second and goal with 23 seconds left to play in this one. Rush there, and touchdown for the Tornadoes. Chaz Boggs with the 3-yard touchdown rush. Boggs, the running back out of Union, West Virginia, James Monroe High School. And we've been mentioning that running back core. You got guys like Chancellor Lee Parker and Jaden Deaton on the varsity team, and a ton of depth here. A lot of exciting running backs on the futures team. Kick is up and good. Luke Anderson. Great day on special teams for Luke. And great to see Boggs with the touchdown there, making a 26-15 differential. Well, the Tornadoes Futures program will be back in action in 2 weeks. Sunday, October the 27th, 3:30 p.m. versus Lewisburg. You don't want to miss that one. And then the season finale for the Futures program, Sunday, November the 3rd at 2 o'clock versus the Georgia Warhawks. That was a game originally scheduled for October the 6th. But rescheduled due to the effects of Hurricane Helene. Our thoughts and our prayers continue to go out to all those affected by the hurricane, and big thank you to those who are working so hard to help this area recover from the storm. The varsity team will be back in action on Saturday, 3:30 p.m. right here at Isla Family Field versus LaGrange. USA South Conference action continuing. Brevard 3-0 in conference play. It's fall break here on campus, so no academic activities scheduled for the week coming, but the fall sports will continue in action. Men's and women's soccer, volleyball, cross country, and the football program. Ball is loose. Tornadoes may have come up with it, and they did. With 8 seconds left, another big play on special teams for the Nados. So Brevard with another chance here. Now, you're down by 11 with 8 seconds, so it's all academic at this point, but certainly from a development standpoint, a morale standpoint, would love to get in the end zone maybe one last time here from the Brevard perspective. But, hey, great day on special teams for the Tornadoes. We saw some good returns. We saw the punter, Anderson, pin the Bandits back twice inside the 2-yard line. And now a turnover on special teams. As a late substitution coming in for the Nados. Now flags everywhere. Here with 8 seconds left. And the call is offsides on the defense. So 5 yards in favor of the Nados. And Cayman Edgar back to pass. Time running out here in the fourth quarter. Pass out of bounds with 3.3 seconds left to play. Fisher Rabin checking in for the Nados. Also Banks Helms. So you have to think this will be the last play of the game. Three seconds left to play. Tornadoes at the 13-yard line. Edgar with the pass into traffic and incomplete. Crowd wants a flag on the last play of the game, but that'll do it. Your final score, Bandits 26, Tornadoes 15. Appreciate you tuning in for this edition of Brevard College Futures Football. Hope to see you in a couple weeks for the Lewisburg matchup, and hope to see you on Saturday for the varsity football game versus LaGrange. Well, once again, big thanks to those who helped us behind the scenes. And thank you to you for tuning in for this edition of Brevard College Football. hope to see you at a future Brevard College Tornadoes athletic event, or continue to follow us here on this YouTube channel. Once again, your final score for the final time, Bandits 26, Tornadoes 15. Go Tornadoes!